Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to evercrisis. We're talking about Tifa's new banner that just came out today. Fantastic weapon, new stamp card, just makes it so easy to OB10 in 2 pages. They call it the student discount, so I don't know if that's going to be past the Academy, but if they made limited banners like this from this point on, I honestly wouldn't complain with how many limited banners there is, just because it's actually really easy to hit OB6 and OB10 while grabbing a costume for a character. So hopefully this is like their test run for these banners, and you notice more people are polling, not only because it's Schoolgirl Tifa, Aerith, and Barrett and all that, but because that stamp card is fantastic. It is 2 pages worth, still expensive, but not super greedy and very manageable, and it gives you a better idea of, you know what, I want that one, instead of like, I might get OB6, I might get OB10. I think this is fantastic. So we're going to talk about Tifa, talk about team comps. I'm going to showcase a fully maxed out one, give you a wish list and all that good stuff, and talk about Glenn's weapon as well. But hopefully they keep this banner the way it is on future limited weapons. I really hope so, because it's so nice to see OB10 in 2 pages versus I pulled 4+ pages on Vincent and I didn't get him OB10. So that hurts, but it's really nice to see going forward. So Tifa, schoolgirl uniform, can't go wrong. Really can't go wrong. Looks great. Fantastic. You now have this, the Autie one, the anniversary one, all 3 fantastic looking Tifa costumes. I think one of the things that are really nice is always Tifa's eyes. It doesn't matter what she wears, her eyes look fantastic in this game. So it's just a little bracelet on her hand, no gloves, very elegant. It's called the Class President Bracelet. We're going to get to that in a second, because we're going to talk about the 7th high school uniform. Survivability of 15% for both physical and magical. And then we got the new Arcanum, which is total damage of 50%, coming from 30% in wind damage, which helps Odin summon. And then without Odin summon, everything else, the C ability off your weapon, attack stance, command gauge 20%. So as long as your red diamond is full while you're in the fight, where you switch defense to attack, you get that extra 20%. But that doesn't go towards your summons, right? So really good, 50% increase in total damage, and the weapon itself. Okay, don't know what happened. My footage got deleted, I uploaded, and yeah, so I have all this edited already. This entire blank spot disappeared and my upload was whacked. So you guys don't care about that. Going back in, if you get 1 copy, it's already better than Motor Drive. It's at 760% with a physical attack all for your entire party. Low to mid, just for 1 copy with our abilities 3215 is a fantastic weapon just to get, especially because it's limited, but it is a DPS weapon towards wind, so it's really good towards a wind team. But because we get physical attack all, it's going to be used on anything. She can be having as just a sub DPS if she's main DPS but needs to help with physical attack up. Even though it's not a wind enemy, you can still use that ability plus these R abilities, but mostly for a wind setup. Now at OB6, you go to mid to high, obviously 50% or more HP, very easy to do, but all for 4 ATB, 920 physical wind damage, physical attack to entire allies. So you're going to be casting this over and over and over already. At 618, OB6 is a beautiful spot at 40, 27 R abilities and an X sigil. OB10, there is 2 pages on the stamp card, and if you get to go through all 2 pages, you're going to OB10 this guaranteed, giving you 1060 physical wind damage, and physical attack is still mid to high, 674, 4639. Incredibly strong weapon. And again, any weapon that's a 2-for-1, 3-for-1, right? For 4 ATB, you're doing damage. Probably there is going to be a higher physical wind, or other weapons you already notice hit more than 1060, but there is no condition attached to this one, and it gives the party physical attack all. So freeing up space on your sub DPS or your healer, they no longer need to apply that to the party. I love DPS that actually are not greedy and they buff everybody, so you can't go wrong with this. It is very strong. And again, that stamp card is a new stamp card, so if we go look at it real quick, right, you get OB10 for pulling, because every second stamp has a weapon there. So OB4 on the first page, OB10 on the second page. So worst case scenario, second page over here, OB6. Really good. Really good stamp card, really good costume, really good weapon overall. All right, she's going to be doing fantastic with Red 13 as your healer. She's going to be doing great with Tifa, with Flora Wand, Sephiroth physical. Yuffie physical is going to be the best one with Diner Tray and her exploit weapon. Using Yuffie there and Red 13, you're going to have all the buffs, debuffs you need, along with healing. So yeah, incredibly good setup. Obviously, you can skip it, but you it's Tifa. She has overall everything. She's got that Omni costume with reprieve, so she's a very safe pick to pick. But this is towards wind DPS. Besides a wind enemy, you're not going to be using this weapon or costume. You could use the costume for the physical attack, ATB, and the physical defense and magic defense, right? But she has better costumes anyways. So for someone who wants that wind setup, definitely go for it. Glenn's weapon is very greedy in terms of tanking for everybody because it's only to himself. It's a great one still, and with 100 of his parts coming in for free plus 40 for logging in for the next 4 weeks, you only need 16 pulls to get this weapon. So it's got 2000 physical with provoke 60 seconds and extends it for another 60 if it's already there. It gives physical resistance and magic resistance cut in half, 50% for 30 seconds for 3 casts, and it gives you regen. But it's all to himself, not the party. So Barret's still a really good one compared to this. But any enemy that is single targetly hitting you, Glenn's going to do fantastic because he also starts off the fight with a physical defense and magic defense high for 60 seconds. So very good for those opening fights that go boom, 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 trying to kill you off the bat. Glenn's just going to have that automatic defense there, so you don't have to worry too much. And as soon as this comes up in 50 seconds, you get 3 uses. So not the craziest, but definitely is going to have its place, and it's practically free. 16 pulls for the next, 4 banners. You're probably going to pull this off very well. Now, when it comes to wishlisting for her, you're going to have options. One is if you have her Dandelion, her exploit weapon, you're going to be running this a little bit differently. But for Tifa, you're going to main hand her new weapon, Dandelion the offhand. Best slot in the back is Bahami weapon, right, for the attack all. But if you don't have that limited weapon, then you're looking at putting, no matter what, you're putting Sephiroth's Shinra Blade here. So we can just change this real quick to Shinra Blade. Right, this is going to give you the rest of the physical attack you need and 52 points at 100% wind potency. You're going to use Ultimatic Emily Launcher combination to give you that boost attack you're missing if you don't have an attack all weapon in the back, right? So definitely Ultimatic, Glenn's weapon, and Emily Launcher from Barret, along with that Shinra sword, and that's your 3 wish list if you have her Dandelion. If you don't, then you're going to be going with Tifa, new weapon in the main hand, right? And then offhand, you're going to be using Motor Drive. So Motor Drive is going to be in there, like you already see here. And then you need a boost attack, Floor 1 if you're not using Aerith. And if you are using Aerith for that, there's other choices like Cloud's Apocalypse weapon. It's got wind and boost attack. And then you've also got Yuffie's Magic Shuriken, which also has boost attack and wind resist. There is options for survivability, but with reprieve in the game, tanks reducing damage by 50%, Veil, there's a really good way, guild weapons giving magic and physical defense in the back, plus these costumes coming with magic and physical, glass cannon builds are more viable still. If you need to, there's a lot of weapons with HP and defense on it, or you can do the HP wind weapons, but I probably go for the one that has a mix of magic defense and HP or physical defense and HP. But these are the guaranteed weapons. I'm going to showcase an entire build, and let's go into wish list for a team setup. Now, when it comes to building a team, Red 13 is really good to be used as a healer. He's got one collar that increases wind damage for all allies while also having heal on it. And then he's got another weapon, which is a silver collar used for a lot of content. It's got wind resist down and also water resist, being 3 ATB and a diamond sigil with having good R abilities for healing and an all cure slot over here. So this is a great weapon. Red 13 will heal, lower the wind resist, and raise wind attack for everyone, while Tifa raises everyone's physical attack while doing wind damage. So it's a great combo to have Red 13 on the team with her. Again, Aerith can also be on the team with that Flora wand, and you could also use Yuffie on the team with Tifa, because she can bring in the wind resist down, even though this is like a magic based one, but she's got Diner Tray for physical, so that physical buff on Tifa really helps out. If you're doing the Red 13 combo or Aerith combo, you can go Sephiroth. Sephiroth's got a good build. He's got his physical attack one here, he's got his Omni, so he does have a wind, and he has another wind one as well for costumes. 800% physical with the military sword, giving you himself wind damage is increased if you're not using Red 13, while giving you wind R abilities. So these are other things you can wishlist. I highly recommend that Red 13 be in the back pocket for a lot of things. So those 2 weapons are definitely Silver Collar and the Brilliant one, I believe it's called. Yeah, those are great ones to wishlist along with whatever you need for Tifa. All right, here's a prime example of one of the stronger Tifa builds. Main hand, obviously a new weapon. Offhand Dandelion, you got her ultimate weapon. These are all going to be physical with the wind ones. Got wind potency, physical attack on it. If you've got that, really, really helpful. This Tifa's rocking 15,897. Our abilities are at 61, 15, wind at level 8, 100%, with 39 and 45 points into boost ability, attack, and physical. And then, of course, you got attack all on there because the Dandelion weapon. And just overall, just really strong build. Back weapons, one of the best things to use here is the Bahamut Greatsword, because physical attack all at 46 points cut in half is going to give you 14%. So you get more out of this than trying to max out your boost attack. Because if you go switch it up to get more boost attack, you're going to go from 7% to 10 to 15, right? Where you get a whole 14. So if you were to go to 7 to 15 here, that's an 18% increase. But it's not going to happen because you're going to have to use two weapons that are 62, right, to get that 55 points. So it definitely helps putting Bahamut Greatsword there, the Shinra Blade to give you max out physical attack, and then your option here, Emily Launcher. My preference is going to be Ultimatic because Ultimatic gives you an extra 3% into your physical attack. So if I could find Ultimatic here, I'll show you the difference. One's based on attack gauge, which doesn't help the summon. And again, for enemies like the knee, the one that ruins your attack gauge sucks, right? It goes like, oh, you have dread, so your attack gauge doesn't fill up. I rather have Ultimatic because it goes to 16,198 versus this. So I prefer Ultimatic here because it is better. It does lower this over here, but again, this is only triggered if the attack stance is full and only towards the C abilities, not towards your summon as well. So I think overall that 3% increase is better. But yeah, that's what your Tifa should look like. If not, I showed you the other options. You're not going to use this, right? You're going to have motor drive over here. If you don't have that limited weapon, if you don't have this limited weapon, you're going to be using Flora Wand, Magic Shuriken, or Apocalypse off of Cloud, because those all have wind and boost attack on it. So overall, really, really good. Let's jump into a battle and showcase what she does. Okay, for this team setup that's on here, we're going to be using Yuffie with her Dino Trait, Exploit weapon. Again, I showed you her bell, but if you have the limited weapons, it got Exploit, and it gives you good R abilities. Her back weapons will be rocking anything to support the team while giving herself some extra damage. You already know Tifa's, and then Red 13, like I told you, is here with Silver Collar and the Brilliant to give you wind resist down, wind resist up, while also healing if necessary. So actually, I'm going to bring you into the high score stuff, right? So you can see Wind already dominating. Tifa's here along with Red 13 combo like I was showing you, and Yuffie doing her Exploit and Dino Trait, right? You can see there's a lot of Tifa, Yuffie, Red 13, Tifa, Yuffie, Red 13. So you can see what the prime example of a team is. So let's jump in and do the Wind one. All right, auto should be totally fine on this. We're just going to go ahead and watch as everyone does their buffs, debuffs. Red 13 is going to buff everyone's magic attack and wind, which magic doesn't matter. Tifa just did her exploit. And I believe, yeah, Yuffie did her exploit as well. So right now, Tifa's rocking maxed out physical attack, 2 wind up, and she has haste plus exploit. And she's just killing it. So you could min-max this a little bit better, but just watching what the AI does with the character and how cool the animations are. Look at that. What is that, 3 million damage per hit? Yeah, she's doing 3 million damage per hit almost. Crazy. And then here's the Odin summon. So we'll just go ahead and skip that. Yeah, 5,341,000. So obviously the max damage challenge isn't like your perfect team for every setup because you might need better heals, a tank, but it is really cool to see how much damage a character can do on a fully maxed build. This is really up to you guys. If you need that wind character, fantastic. Tifa can't go wrong. She has everything else in her kit, pretty much. Fire, lightning, earth, wind. She's got water. Yeah, she has pretty much everything if I'm thinking properly, which I'm probably not, but yeah. Great DPS. Really good character to invest in. Game really loves Tifa. Tifa's constantly getting really good things, so you can't go wrong investing into her. So yeah, let me know if you're going for Tifa. Crazy character, crazy wind damage, good support to the team. I can't say anything else really much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll smell you later.